Hello everyone. Well, in our segment on PCOD, we are going to talk about diet and lifestyle that helps with PCOD. So we'll be talking with Vaidya Shikha Prakash, who will be joining me live right now from India. Vaidya Shikha Prakash is, she specializes in women health, specifically in PCOS and PCOD. So, and just get ready with all your questions. I know these are very focused segments that we're doing, especially for women. But PCOS and PCOD are huge, huge problems right now, all over the world, specifically in India for that matter. And we want to really bring the experts to help answer your questions. And today's segment is going to be on diet and lifestyle. So we're going to be talking about foods that you can eat, foods that you cannot eat. So I'm just waiting for Shikha Prakash to join me so that she can, we can talk about different lifestyle that you should be doing. Maybe should you be doing yoga, pranayama, exercises, what you should avoid as far as food is concerned, what you should take, what kind of diet you should take. So all these questions, I think a lot of young women have these questions, and when they are diagnosed with PCOS or PCOD. So, this research shows that diet is very, very important for PCOD, and that's what we really want to talk about is the diet part of it today, diet and lifestyle. So I am waiting for Vaidya Shikha Prakash to join me so that she can talk about, I've just given you the background, but she will be talking about the details of, what is the, there you are. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So I was just introducing our viewers. Vaidya Shikha Prakash is with us. She focuses on women's health, specifically on PCOS and PCOD. This is our third segment with her. And we're going to be talking about the diet and lifestyle. So I'll let you start with the importance of the diet and lifestyle for PCOS for women.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and I thanks a lot to Nashtat for always giving me this lovely opportunity to interact with a lot of people from every part of this globe. And as I always say, like PCOD is something which is just prevalent and is growing at an immense speed all over the world. And a major cause somewhere is our diet and lifestyle. Because when I was in college, when I was studying, so PCOS didn't have a very big chapter to read. But now, whenever a young girl is visiting my college, every second girl, if I just ask them, oh, I have PCOS or I have PCOD. But when you see or look at the patient, you can easily make out that what kind of a lifestyle or what kind of diet that particular girl would be living, and therefore it's very easy to make that conclusion. Okay, this is where this person went wrong. So the first thing where I'll come, because I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner, and a lot of focus is given on the kind of food, vihar, lifestyle that we follow. So Ayurveda is science of life, where how one should be living, what kind of food one should be eating. It emphasizes more on that. So when I'm saying the ahar part, actually in today's world, round the clock, 24/7, and in every season, everything is available. So if we follow our biological clock and we're eating at the right time, and as per the season, that is the first thing to follow. Okay, like like Diwali just went by. In India, this is the time when we're having a lot of good food now because your digestive fire is really ignited. So we all are indulging a lot of puris, a lot of gobi sabji, things like that, heavier stuff. So, and kheer and meetha, like sweets and all. So as for the season, as for the tradition, there are a lot of changes. But what we people have started to do, like every day is a holiday, we need to have only good food every single day. We can't actually, resist from eating those delicacies, or we just can't go off those processed food and everything. So I would recommend that people should have more of rotation in their food item, whatever they're eating. Stick to more of your wholesome meals, your home cooked meals, and make sure that you are eating at a regular time. Don't have long gaps of eating. So when I'm coming to a standard diet plan that I would recommend for each and everybody, just not PCOS, but anybody who's having any other metabolic disorder. So I would say to start with, first you need to have a good sleep, like a good 8 hour, 7 hour sleep. And after you have, woken up, so as per the dinacharya of Ayurveda, the first thing should be the elimination. So you should not be constipated. So if you're constipated every single morning, definitely the toxins are getting accumulated in the system. So you should be focused on your bowel movement. So once you have eliminated whatever you have ingested the day before, that is the time you should be okay. You're feeling lighter in your stomach. Now it's time to maybe ingest something. Some people just get up from the bed, whatever they have, they just grab it. No matter how healthy it is, whether it is your soap nuts, your fruits, any smoothie, whatsoever. If it is not after you've eliminated, it doesn't make any sense. So start your day once you are clear from your bowel. You can have 2 glasses of water, let the toxin flush out, and then just maybe relax for a while. Just don't, rush to eat something as soon as you wake up. After that, what I recommend everybody is to have some form of, mobility in your day-to-day life. Some people find exercising very nice and easy as a part of their daily regimen. And some people are really, really lazy. They think exercising would do some good to their neighbor or somebody else, or it is just to maintain your slimmer waist. But I think exercising is something which you should incorporate in your daily regimen, irrespective whether you are thin, you're fat, you are super fit, or whether you have PCOS or you don't have PCOS. Exercise should be an integral part of your daily lifestyle. If you can't do it daily, at least 150 minutes a week is something that you should target upon. And it can be anything. It can be any functional exercise, it can be any high intensity workout, it can be yoga, it can be skipping, it can be walking. For young girls who have PCOD and PCOS or hormonal related issues, I do recommend them to do some kind of weight training exercises because it really helps for your insulin resistance and all those things. So it is good that if you could, invest in your exercising, invest in your body. So make sure you do that. It is just not to wear a smaller size cloth, but also to, feel better about yourself. Because when you're exercising, because of PCOS, you have a lot of mental pressure, you're not feeling right all the time. So a good exercise workout or good, sweat in the morning can really boost your mood and can elevate your, well-being, and you need to be happy. So any healing will start whenever you're feeling happy, and once you're exercising, your good hormones are, kicked into your system. So yeah, so wake up, eliminate, and have some water and exercise. And once your body cools down, take the shower right then and there. So some people would like, okay, let's eat and then after breakfast we can just go for a shower. Again in Ayurveda, when we take shower in the morning, our digestive fire gets ignited. So we need to do that. We need to follow that because we are talking about diet and lifestyle altogether. So I'll talk like that only. So once you have taken your shower and all, so I think you should have more of whole homemade meals. Maybe some poha, upma, things like that. I do not recommend people to eat a lot of cereals in the morning because they're loaded with a lot of processed sugar, salts, and hidden chemicals and names which we are not even aware of. So start developing a habit of reading the labels that you're ingesting. Even if a good oatmeal is a good breakfast as well. But when you are having oatmeal, try to have steel cut oats or hand rolled oats, things like that, which is more coarse, more fibrous for you, because fiber rich diet is advised in PCOS. So you can have that. You can have some soaked nuts and seeds in your breakfast because again they are very much needed with PCOS because it's rich in omega-3 and it again helps you. And for some protein intake, maybe you can have your eggs, you can have mushrooms, things like that. So have a balanced diet. I am not in favor of any kind of diet. I just want people to stick to their traditional food, eat controlled portion size, and understanding what kind of appetite you have woken up with. Like sometimes you just want to have no breakfast, that's fine because you're not hungry. So eat as per your appetite. Sometimes you just want to have another extra paratha or another extra toast, so that is fine. You need to make that conscious choice. So it will be wrong if I just quantify your food, but you are the best judge of your food. So that is how you should operate. And when I'm talking about breads also, so you can maybe include sourdough breads in your diet because they are the healthier form of breads that one may consume. I do not prescribe or advise people to have a lot of refined sugar, refined breads, refined oils. So that is one thing which one should eliminate from their daily diet. So once we are done with the breakfast, I think 2 to 3 hours is a good time when we can have a small snack, maybe a fruit serving or maybe a buttermilk serving, a lemonade or something like that. Again, when I say lemonade, you don't need to really add some sugar syrup. You can just add some honey. You can add some jaggery powder to it because we read a lot about these things that honey is good, ghee is good, like jaggery is good, but we don't know how to use them in our day-to-day routines. I do not advise people that you wake up and have one spoon of honey just like that. You need to make it a part of your, eating habits, and that is how unknowingly also you just ingest it and you just reap the benefits of these wonder things that are there in nature for us to maintain good health. So once you do this, and after another 2 to 3 hours, you can obviously have a lunch, which is majorly for me a balanced diet, which I say the food triangle: protein, carbohydrate, fat, some green sabji, things like that. So basic Indian thali like dal chawal with a tempering of ghee on it. PCOS fat is very important. So please, I know a lot of girls who have PCOS are obese. Please do not skip having good fats that it will make you more fat. Fat is really important for you. Have ghee, have white butter, have good quality seeds, good nuts. So that is very important for you. So again, cold pressed oils, maybe you can have your mustard oil, you can have your coconut oil. Again, depending on the region where you belong, you know what is your native oil. You can have that. Like in Bengal side, we use mustard. Down south, we use coconut. And again, in the Gujarat belt, we are using groundnut oil. So it's divided by the geographical location and as per what is needed in the system. So we can go by that. And also, if you are staying abroad, you know where your what your genes are like. So you need to eat as per the desh and kal where you belong. Okay. So eating seasonal, eating local is very important. Like in this season, like we are loaded with fruits which are rich in vitamin C. So like pomelo, like oranges, mossami, things like that. If in this season you are looking to eat mango, okay, it might have vitamin A, but it will not do any good to you. So eat as per the season, what the nature is offering you. So that is something I do recommend. This was until your lunch. Around evening, you can have some mild snack, maybe like makhanas, you can have some chana mukura, things like that. Simpler stuff. Something which is not very complicated, something which will not kill your appetite for dinner, and something which is not very filling as well. Or mild snack so that it can, just help you neutralize the acid in your system because we all are living a very different life compared to what it was when Ayurveda was maybe written. We all are sitting mostly, we are working from home, we are mostly on the laptop. So we need to divide this over the time period. And post your evening snack, a light dinner, maybe a early dinner, 7:30 is a good time to eat. And where you can have again a simpler food, maybe some khichdi or some rice-based meal. Or even if you're having millets, you can add some millets to your diet. That is a great idea. I am not in much favor of adding a lot of wheat to your system. You can have it, but keep rotating the kind of cereal you're adding. Also, it's not a very good idea to mix too many cereals or millets to each other because we think, oh, we are having multigrain, we are having a lot of good things. So because in intention to eat healthy, we try and end up making a system really complex. And I don't think health is that complicated. The body was made very simple. When the humans evolved, we really had nothing to eat. With time, humans did agriculture, did so many things. We kept on complicating our food systems and everything. So I would just request everybody to stick to the traditions, eat wholesome food, eat homemade meals, chew your food really well. And I know PCOS gets you a lot of stress, a lot of tension because there are various symptoms that you have to deal with. But yes, if you are sleeping right, making time for exercise, eating on time, maintaining a good health caution, that would be good enough for you. Any other question in specific?
Yeah, so let's talk about role of carbohydrates for people.
Yeah.
I mean, for women who have PCOS. How does that relate? Carbohydrates.
See, I really don't, disintegrate our food system in terms of protein, carbohydrate,
Okay.
fat, and all that because that is a wrong way of dealing with it. If somebody is just on, refined carbs or refined sugars,
Yeah.
so that is bad. But when you're having, rice and dal together, it balances it out. So when we talk about carbohydrates, like if somebody is just on breads, on pizzas, pastas all the time, that is when the carbohydrate becomes bad. It is the combination. In Ayurveda, there's a word called sayog, which is a combination. So it is a combination that works, which is good or bad. It determines it then. So if I'm just having rice all day long, then it is wrong. The moment I, make the right combination, maybe I club it with some kind of protein derivative, maybe some dal, maybe some biryani in terms of who are non-vegetarian, chicken or something, it balances it out pretty well.
Got it. So it's a combination. And
Yes,
I,
it is a combination.
yeah,
And also the type of carbohydrate, and also the type of carbohydrate one is eating. If it is a refined form, obviously it is gonna spike up your sugar levels, your insulin sensitivity and all that. But the moment you're having more of a wholesome meal, like you're having, coarser flour, you're having a fibrous flour, you're having your millets, you're having your rice, or like not a very refined rice, like everybody wants to eat just basmati all the time. So we can have more of like red rice, we can have some brown rice. So we can keep changing that. Yes.
so Ayurveda also talks about contradictory foods, right? Okay, so someone is asking a question. For snacks, coffee or tea?
Okay. Anybody who has been my patient or is actually viewing this, I am not a very coffee or tea friendly person.
Yeah.
So because they are like stimulants for you. So anything which you're doing on a daily basis, like these are fine once in a while, but if you are addicted to it, like you can't just go without coffee or tea, I say no, I will not advocate it. And with PCOS, definitely not.
So let's talk a little bit about how Ayurveda talks about the contradictory foods. Like you don't have yogurt with fish, so things like that. So how does it relate to for PCOD?
See, there is a term called virudahar because some kind of food do not go with the other kind of food. Like as you rightly said, like milk and fish do not go together. Like honey and ghee do not go together. But again, these are ancient practices. And today, like something very common that I would advise people not to do is because a lot of people are aware of these facts and nobody is doing that any which ways. But a combination which is really wrong in today's world is having milk and salt together because it causes inflammation in the system. What we end up doing is we are having a sandwich and we'll just grab a milkshake along, like we'll have coffee along, something like that. So milk and salt is a no-no. And especially in cases of PCOS, I would say that combination is something that we all should avoid. So even if you are wanting to sip in something, maybe you can have a yogurt-based thing or a water-based drink, something like that. So yeah, that is one thing I would like to say.
Okay. Someone asked a question on the gastric problem. I don't know if you want to. This is not related to PCOS.
I don't know. I didn't see that question.
They said I have gastric problems. What should I do? So I think that's a completely different topic.
That's a different issue. But again, as I mentioned, with your gastric issues also, you need to fix your, routine, your lifestyle, your food patterns. If I say there's this one particular, quick fix to it, it will not really help you out. Like if I say this is one medicine or you just start doing this practice, this will help you. You need to start with basic. Fix your sleep first because a lot of people who have gastric issues are not sleeping right. And also many a time they're not, maybe chewing their food because once you're chewing your food also half the digestion happens in your mouth itself. So a very basic things. So we really need to identify what is not working right for you. And according to that, one can address it. Yeah.
So how about meat? Is that allowed? One has a PCOD plant-based diet.
See, meat is not a problem. Again, the source of meat is a problem. What kind of meat you're having, one should know, because in today's world, everything is so much, adulterated, it's all treated, it's loaded with antibiotics, so many medications and all that. The kind of fish we're eating are, grown in contaminated water and all that. So once you're sure of what you're eating, at least you can source a better quality of produce and have it. But again, there are so many thoughts in terms of being a vegetarian or non-vegetarian. In Ayurveda, many places when we are studying, so we do read about qualities of meat. And sometimes in what season you should be eating and in what season you should not be eating. So all that is clearly mentioned. So I think it's a very personal choice, but if you're eating it, you should be aware of the quality of meat you're having. I would advise my patients to have lean meat, maybe white meat. So that is something I go by, yeah.
And daily? milk. A lot of people, how about dairy and milk? I mean, I know
Da-
Ayurveda talks about
Dairies again, you should know your source. You should know your source because Ayurveda is incomplete without ghee, doodh, dahi, paneer. That's all mentioned in there. So yeah, in today's time, because milk is a wholesome food, and but again, there's so many thoughts of there's so many school of thoughts because we can't actually come to a conclusion whether it is good or bad. It depends. Like I have grown in an atmosphere where we have always had cows at home, so I know there's nothing done bad to those cows, so I'm okay having that milk. Yeah, so it depends. Yeah. With PCOS, again, if some people, when I see there's a lot of inflammation in their pulse or when I check their stomach and all, and in
yeah.
many cases I do stop their milk as a direct milk produce, but I do let them eat yogurt, buttermilk and all that. So
Yeah.
it's a very personalized thing when it comes to PCOS patient also. Some people need a complete no, and some people might need it as well. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Any other questions or feedback? Someone asked a question completely not related to PCOS or PCOD on chronic kidney disease. Can it be treated with Ayurveda? I don't know if you want to comment on
Not that I'm aware of. That's not my expertise. I'm sorry for that.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are talking about PCOS and PCOD. So any questions related to diet and lifestyle, you're welcome to ask right now. If you cannot think of it right now, you're welcome to ask. And we will be coming up with wellness plans with Shikha Prakash next year, specifically for PCOD. So right now is a great time. Next week, we have a topic on Ayurveda, specifically how Ayurveda can help PCOS and PCOD. So you will get another week to ask all the questions if you cannot think of all the questions right now. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Not much as such. I think the young girls in today's time really need to take care of themselves. They need to understand that their menstrual health has to be prim and proper. They need to value this because it is a way where our body keeps, eliminating the toxins and all, and how you stay youthful and happy. So take care of your hormones, stay happy, and also eat right. And do not be too harsh on yourself, accept the way you are. Like sometimes we end up doing so much for ourselves just to please or just to get that appreciation from the world around us. And a lot of chemicals, a lot of toxins we keep applying onto ourselves, we need to have that feel good factor, look nice and everything. But once, with PCOS, we have a lot of hormonal imbalances. So the more of the artificial fragrances, chemicals, makeup, chemically applying, it does have effect on your system. So try to use things which are more sustainable, something which your skin is absorbing, because at the end of the day, everything is toxin, so be closer to nature, use things on your system, on your body or your hair, which is not chemicalized or maybe those chemicals which are not really bad for your system. So be conscious, be aware of whatsoever you're applying or putting on your body. Also, whatsoever you're putting in your mind, because even your thoughts do contaminate the you think is how your body reacts. So be very conscious with everything you choose to do for yourself. Yeah.
Someone had a question on hair, hair for hair growth or hair issues with PCOD. Do you want to comment on that for hair?
See, a lot of patients with PCOS do have severe vitamin D. And with PCOS, a lot of people have severe deficiencies in terms of vitamin D, vitamin B12. So you need to check that because the deficiency of such vitamins also lead to hair fall or alopecia. And also, if your testosterone level is really high, you might have alopecia. So again, we need to understand what is the underlying cause, what is leading to alopecia. Because if you address that cause, you can easily fix it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Shikha, for educating all of us on diet and lifestyle. Like I told our viewers, we have another session with Shikha next week where we will be talking about specifically focus on Ayurveda, and then we are coming up with plans next. So you're welcome to send us DM if you have any more questions. Dad, thank you so much. Bye now. All right.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.